Coming up on KUJH News, why social life among KU fraternities is put on halt. We have the details on Interfraternity Council's self-imposed ban. And KU basketball fans are loving what they're seeing after the Big 12 championship. How you can see the Jayhawks for yourselves on their tournament run coming up in sports.
Plus, the Lawrence School Board will talk about a major issue tonight, school safety. Hear what the Lawrence School Board is considering to better protect kids in their classrooms. And you may have seen shops for CBD popping up around Lawrence, but what is this new drug alternative and who's using it? Find out next. I'm Lauren Davidson.
And I'm Alex McClune. KUJH News starts now. The Interfraternity Council at the university has announced all 24 fraternities are on a temporary freeze for all social activities. Only chapter meetings, philanthropy, and service events will resume for the rest of the spring semester. Fraternity members living in chapters may continue to live in their houses, and IFC President Daniel Lee says the freeze is a way for IFC to pause and do some honest introspection on how the council operates. Lee also says the university has a proud tradition of Greek life, and IFC chapters are integral in the KU community and the development involved. KUJH News spoke to the president of one fraternity, Logan Albers of Pi Kappa Alpha. He hopes that decisions can be made soon.
I want to make sure that there's people in positions that are transparent and that can have conversations with our IFC General Assembly about things like this, because these are major decisions that I think the community needs to talk about and not just a few select people.
The freeze comes after multiple fraternities were investigated by their national organizations in KU. IFC says it hopes to lift the freeze by the end of the spring semester in May. Well, KU's closing in on spring break also. Gabby Gomez joins us now with a quick look at what we can expect in the last few days we have left in the week. And Gabby, any chance of warmer weather?
Actually, there is a chance of warmer weather midway through this week, and as we look on, we will see maybe even near 70s on Thursday for that big basketball game. Although we do have an average start right now, 50 degrees or so. A possible rain chance, a little bump in the road before we hit on into our spring break. Right now we're looking at 52 degrees, a lot warmer than we were this morning with that cloud cover. So get out there and enjoy the weather. We will have more details about your later week coming next.
Thanks, Gabby. March Madness is officially upon us, and Keely is here with me. She has all the details on what students can do to get their seats at the NCAA tournament.
That's right, Lauren. After Selection Sunday, KU fans are searching for tickets to see these big games up close. The University of Kansas received a limited amount of tickets, so the process of purchasing these will be a little different. Fans are able to request tickets for their first, second, and regional round. Log into kuathletics.com/students using your student ID number and password. You must indicate all rounds of the tournament you would like to attend by 5 p.m. today, and each student is limited to 1 ticket. The application must be completely finished, and by submitting it, you're allowing the ticket office to charge your credit card $1. The lottery will then take place, and the winners will be posted by Tuesday at noon. The tickets will be distributed at the tournament site, and a KU ID is required to pick up the ticket. In a press conference, Bill Self even said that the advantage is the fans, so make sure to request your tickets today. Lauren?
The Parkland school shooting is still on the minds of people at the Lawrence School District, and this may even lead to a new executive position. KUJH News reporter Mackenzie Davis is here in the studio. Mackenzie, what would this new position be?
That person would be in charge of safety for all Lawrence public schools. The district is reporting to the school board tonight why they think they need a standalone safety supervisor. The suggestion for the new position comes after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shootings. If it is approved, the supervisor's duties will include additional staffing to help manage emergency operations planning. Currently, Tony Barron supervises school safety for all public schools in Lawrence. In addition to safety, Barron oversees facilities and operations for all the schools. The communications representative says they are looking for a professional to help them.
So those duties have always been divided among a couple of people. So I think that's the recommendation that they were going to make to the board, that we hire an individual that would have oversight of that priority.
Boyle says they review their safety policies every year, but this new person would meet with Lawrence Police Department staff twice a year, as well as school officers, to discuss practices for crisis and emergencies. He or she would also report to the board at least quarterly. The school district will attend training in March to learn how to handle any emergencies in the future. The school district will also attend an active shooter training the Lawrence Police Department holds. Now, the board isn't voting on this specifically tonight. Boyle says they are just starting the discussion. Alex?
Cannabis. It's still illegal in Kansas for medical purposes in the parts that don't get users high. Now, KUJH reporter Kieran Henderson tells us there are uses that go beyond getting users high.
Mitrogani speciosa, aka kratom, grows on tropical evergreen trees and is part of the coffee family. Kratom was used in Southeastern Asia since the early 1800s. The safety of kratom as a therapeutic agent is relatively unknown. Kratom is currently used in the United States to aid people suffering from addiction and withdrawals.
It helps with people that are coming down from withdrawals of opiates. So it doesn't substitute it, but it helps with the withdrawals.
Kratom has been on and off the DEA's radar as recent as the summer of 2016. Its opioid-like makeup and a reported 44 deaths since 2011 by the FDA have been reasons for the consideration of a ban.
It's not derived directly from raw opium, but it has compounds which work with opioid receptors, and that's why we refer to it as an opioid rather than an opiate.
Side effects can include nausea and vomiting to the more severe psychosis and respiratory depression. Thailand has made possession of kratom leaves a criminal offense. Arkansas has legislation in place against the leaves, and Oklahoma has made legislation amendments in regards to kratom usage. In Lawrence, Kieran Henderson, KUJH-TV.
The FDA and CDC both advise against kratom usage until they can get a handle on the salmonella outbreak linked to the chemical. Well, when we come back on KUJH News, the White House is proposing new rules on guns in schools, and it may mean putting the Secretary of Education in charge.
Plus, caught on camera, incredible video of a fatal helicopter crash as it hits New York's East River. All the details when we come back. Stay tuned.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
The White House sent out new proposals on how to handle safety in schools, and the president's tweets show he may be backing down on raising the age to purchase guns. The plans include improving background checks on gun buyers, adjusting ways of handling mental health, and strengthening security in schools. It would also create a commission under Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos and fund school violence prevention programs. The proposals don't say anything specific about federal actions to raise the age for purchasing guns to 21. And the president referred to that specifically in a pair of tweets this morning. He continued his support for banning bump stocks and arming teachers, but as you can see on the right, he says the states are taking the lead on raising the purchasing age from 18 to 21. He's watching to see how the courts respond to the state laws. He also writes he doesn't see a lot of political support for raising the age. That tweet likely refers to the lawsuit the National Rifle Association filed immediately after the Florida lawmakers voted to go to 21 in the wake of the Parkland school shooting 3 weeks ago.
Time for a quick look across the nation for your local news. 5 people lost their lives when a helicopter crashed into New York's East River. Five people lost their lives when a helicopter crashed into New York's East City River. Bystanders watched the chopper fall from the sky and slam into the Manhattan River. If you haven't seen it, here's the video. Only the pilot survived, and he's saying a passenger's bag could have flipped the fuel shutoff switch, causing the engine to stop mid-flight. And for 50 years, the Capitol's Plaza Tower in Kentucky stood tall until yesterday. It's now only a pile of rubble. A drone caught this video of the 12th largest building in the state imploding and falling to the ground. Construction will begin soon, turning this site into a new building that will house 1,500 state employees. They expect to dedicate the building in 2020. And if daylight savings is throwing off your sleep schedule just the slightest, you're in luck because today is National Napping Day. I know I need this day. And it couldn't have come any sooner. Many are in need of some extra Z's after losing that precious hour of sleep this weekend. Studies show just a 15-minute snooze can combat midday fatigue and help you be more energetic and productive. And, you know, we all need that nowadays. So go grab your favorite blanket. It's time to celebrate, and that's your look from news across the nation.
Nap too. I actually kind of overslept my first class this morning. But right now we're looking at about average temperatures. Yesterday we were about 47, again, a little bit low for this time of year. 55 is that average. As we look at right now though, our high today was 53, so we're creeping up there and really getting into that springtime weather. Again, those clouds did clear up, so we're looking at beautiful skies right now and beautiful temperatures. Here's that cloud cover once again. You can see we had that clouds overcast this morning and it did clear out, but we will expect to see some more cloud coverage as we go into tonight. We will actually get to below freezing. Unfortunately, 25 degrees is what we're looking at for the low tonight, partly cloudy skies. As we go into Thursday for that first game of the NCAA tournament, tip-off is at 1 p.m. We're looking at about 62 degrees, and that's not even the high for that day. So if you don't have classes around that time of day, make sure you go out and enjoy that game so we cheer on our Jayhawks to another win. Mostly clear skies throughout our whole week. Again, Thursday we're looking at close to 70 degrees, and then Friday we have a little bump in the road before we go into spring break with a slight chance of rain, so make sure you watch out for that as you head on out to wherever you may be going. Lauren?
Keely, I don't know what I'm more excited for, the warm weather or KU basketball in the tournament.
Yeah, well, coming up in sports, a rundown on the upcoming NCAA tournament and the Jayhawks crowned Big 12 tournament champs once again. Plus an overview of the softball tournament this past weekend, so stay tuned.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's the people. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? Because love has no labels.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute. They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
And the guessing, the predicting, and the waiting to see which teams were in the NCAA tournament ended yesterday on Selection Sunday when the NCAA tournament brackets were released. The number 1 seed Kansas Jayhawks will play number 16 seed the Pennsylvania Quakers on Thursday in Wichita at 1 p.m. Following this game, the winner will go on to play the winner of Seton Hall versus North Carolina on Saturday. This bracket looks to be one of the hardest regions, with Kansas, Duke, and Michigan State as the top 3 seeds. So be sure to fill out your bracket and pick your teams, because the big dance is about to begin. The Jayhawks played West Virginia University on Saturday for the final game of the Big 12 tournament, finishing with an 81-70 win and crowning KU Big 12 tournament champions for the program's 11th time. Intensity was high as the score was a little too close for comfort throughout the game, causing the energy inside the Sprint Center to be electric. Malik Newman was the Jayhawks' leading scorer with 20 points and 6 rebounds, earning him the Big 12 tournament's Most Outstanding Player award. Devontae Graham had 17 points and 9 assists, and he made the Big 12's all-tournament team along with WVU's player Javon Carter. Freshman backup forward Sylvia DeSouza played the best game of his young career with 16 points and 10 rebounds. During the final day of the Jayhawk Invitational, the KU softball team lost to Nebraska with a season low of 1 run scored, making the final score 5-1. After the weekend, KU dropped to 17-5 on the season, while Nebraska improved to 15-7 after winning all 4 games played in Lawrence. The Jayhawks started off strong as freshman Brittany Jackson led off of the bottom of the first with a 4-pitch walk. And freshman Shelby Gare started the second inning with the triple, but Kansas could not carry on that momentum and were held scoreless in the final 6 innings. All of yesterday's games were canceled due to the forecasted cold weather in Lawrence, but the team will be back at Arrocha Ballpark next weekend for the Rock Chalk Challenge. This weekend, the Kansas baseball team completed a 3-game sweep of St. John's Red Storm at Hoagland Park. Yesterday afternoon in Game 3, KU held off a 9th inning rally to sweep the Red Storms with a 6-5 score. Freshman Skylar Messenger stepped up to the plate when the game was a 3-3 with 2 men on. He sent the pitch over the left field wall for his first career home run and gave KU the lead. Kansas is now 11-4 on the season and will host Omaha this Wednesday. Plus, this upcoming weekend, the team will travel to Austin, Texas for a 3-game set against the Longhorns as the Big 12 play opens up. And an impressive weekend for the KU track team. Both the men and women's team placed 17th at the NCAA Indoor Championships at Gilman Indoor Stadium in College Station, Texas. Going into the last day of the competition, the women had 6 points, thanks to a 3rd-place finish from junior Sharon Luckety, and the men's team had 10 points because of Hussein Al-Hizam. He won a national title in men's pole vault on Friday, clearing the bar at 18 feet and 8.25 inches, setting the school record and getting KU's first national title in this event since 1973. That marks the end of the indoor season for the Jayhawks, but they will be back outdoors on March 24th at the Arkansas Spring Invitational. Back to you, Alex.
All right, well, one of Hollywood's power couples is teaming up to take on the summer. Beyonce and Jay-Z will begin touring July 6th in England, and they'll arrive in the States July 25th. Queen Bee herself made the announcement on Instagram with a couple of pictures, so mark your calendars. Pre-sale tickets drop on Wednesday, and general public tickets go on sale March 19th. And I'll tell you what, guys, they're going to hit the tour together right after Beyonce plays a set at Coachella. She's headlining one of the dates there this summer.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
I'll definitely be getting my tickets to go see them.
Oh, yes, I'm a huge Beyonce fan.
All right, sounds like we're all going to get our Beyonce fix before the summer hits. Well, that's all we have today on KUGH News. For more on the stories you saw today, share them with your friends. Visit our website at tv.ku.edu.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back here Wednesday at 4.